All right, let's go ahead and... There's no wind, so I don't think I need to put any pressure on to hold the boat. I think it'll hold itself here. And I'm hoping the wind will hold off until I get to the next site. It's going to get warm, and the mosquitoes are just terrible. Managed to raise up the ire all the mosquitoes in the area. They're biting me to be heck here. All right, one more line. Destroyed my phone yesterday. At least the display tripped and fell. Broke the display. Hopefully it'll continue to operate until I get back. I do have a backup on the tablet I managed to rig up this morning, so I should be okay. Can't imagine what it would cost to fix it. All right, we need to get that gangplank in and get out of here. These mosquitoes are just lousy. All right. Get them away from the door here. I'll get some of them out of the way, so I'll have some to kill later. Have I got everything, folks? Didn't leave anything on shore. We'll get out here deep enough to where I can back around. And be on our way. Tracking is going on all of them. All right, get the motor back down. And move our way out of here. Okay. Now there's a houseboat over there. That wasn't there yesterday, I don't think. Well, other than mosquitoes, that went pretty well. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. Hopefully there's nobody in there. Oh, need to take the autopilot off. I pray, Lord, that the site is open so that we don't have to scramble around and search for another one. There's not too many boats out. I just see one out here behind me. I don't know if they can see that in the camera or not. And then there was one further east. So there's just two boats that I've seen on this bay, Saginaw Bay. There's a rock out here behind us. It's all shallow back here, so I'll have to be careful. Some gusty winds coming up, so it might be a little touchier getting in here. So far it looks open, but I think I can see the sign. So it looks open. Thank you, Lord, for providing another home tonight. 8.5 feet. It looks like we're just going on this by the sign there. So I think I was around the corner a little bit the last time. But let me see. I wonder. Better look. Yeah, I think I can do that. Just come right up on the sign. And where's our wind? I think we got a little bit of wind from the west-northwest, but it's fairly still in here. Wind started coming in from the left, so we'll change that plan a little bit. I gotta favor the wind on the gust came from the right, so all right, we'll go out one more time. And the wind is coming more from the right, so favored a little bit to the right of the sign. It's only 5.8 feet out here, so it's not very deep. So we'll try this again. All right, we have balance yet. Gusts are coming from the right, so I need to get that line out there quick. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's swinging the other way now. Squirrely winds. Okay, I'm gonna need to, it won't reach there, so I'm gonna have to go to this stone rock and loosen up that other tie. And get this on there so it doesn't go anywhere. All right. Well, we made it, but boy, the wind was squirrely. Makes it challenging when the wind is from different directions. All right, I need to let that out some more and pull that other side in. so we have a little better angle on the stern line. Okay, let's see what we got here. No, I still won't fit that tree. How's the angle here? Bow's setting in a nice spot. I think angles look pretty good. All right, let's just secure this knot a little better and then we'll call her quits. And get the lines out of the dirt. Put out the gangplank. Yeah, that tree fell down there since I was here last. And the plan is to stay over here a couple days. So, well, I left the door open. That wasn't smart. Probably allowed a lot of mosquitoes in. Although they haven't been bothering me here yet. Doesn't mean they're not here. There. That's better. Excellent. Well, let's shut her down. Engine's off. We went 6 miles. Might as well turn that off. 50 degrees water temperature. 3.8 feet off the stern. Don't need to have that motor up. Good evening, folks. Thought I'd touch base with you real quick here before the sun goes down. Temperatures are still up in the high 70s, but there's a wind from the north, about 10 miles an hour, that's blowing over the cold water, so it's been cooling, have a cooling effect even though it's warm. And I'm hoping that'll keep the bugs away, both the wind and the cooler temperatures. And then as the sun goes down, I'm going to start the fire. But I didn't want to do that this early yet. Didn't have a fire last night because it was just too warm. Decided not to. I had planned originally to stay at that particular site for 2 nights, but I decided to spend 2 nights at this site instead. There's some places down here that I'm going to go look tomorrow for moose. Some swampy areas that in the evening would be a good time to take a look. And then I'll also hike around the island. There's a little trail that goes around the island. So I'll do that tomorrow. This afternoon I mostly transferred pictures and video over to my external hard drive on with my laptop, so that if I lose a camera or something, I don't lose everything that's on the SD card that is in that camera. So I try to do that periodically just to back things up. And then that gives me a chance also to check to see if the sound is working or where I'm having problems. And one of the problems I am having is with the Osmo Mobile 6, the new one that I got, broke my phone yesterday, fell in the rocks trying to use that device. Part of it is I was having trouble with it just working correctly, and it kind of got distracted, tripped over some rocks, fell. Didn't hurt me, but it hurt the phone, and it smashed the display. It's still functioning, but I don't know how much longer it will last. So that'll be an expensive repair that I'll have to do when I get home. I backed up to made sure that I have Zoleo on a tablet so that in the event that the phone fails, I can still send text messages using Zoleo on one of the tablets. I'm covered there. The trip over went well this morning. There was only 6 miles. The seas were relatively flat. There was maybe 8-mile-an-hour wind, fairly reasonable. I did see 2 boats. There's actually one that I can see in sight from here, a houseboat to the north, and then there's one that we passed by an island about halfway over. There was a houseboat there. So there's a few boats out. It's not as crowded as it will be probably next week or after school's out. But I think after being here this late in the spring, I'm not sure I would do it again. There's just too many mosquitoes, too many ticks. Of course, we had a warmer spring, so that's probably part of the reason. Whatever the case, hiking in the woods when you get 100 ticks on your body and on your clothing is no fun at all. And the mosquitoes were just swarming. They've still been swarming. I am considering putting up my netting tonight. I haven't used it on this trip. There's always a few that will find their way through the bilge and get in the boat, or I let in, and they just sit around, and then, of course, in the morning about when you want to sleep in an hour, they start buzzing around your head, and then you can't get any sleep. So I'm thinking of putting the net up and see how that works to prevent that early morning wake up. Anyway, the weather's, again, pleasant today. It's a little warmer than I'd like. The main thing that's a factor is the smoke in the air. There's just a heavy haze, and you can smell the smoke. So there's definitely effects from the fires up in Canada, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan, I guess. I got some wood drying over there on the rocks, heating up in the sun, so I'm hoping that it'll burn. I didn't have as good a kindling here as I usually have. I just used what somebody left behind and cut a few branches off a dead tree over here. I'm hoping it goes, so we'll check back with you in a few minutes. I'll just get the fire started this evening. Sun's going down. Mosquitoes will start coming out, so I thought I'd better build up a little smoke. I'm hoping this fire will burn because I didn't have really good kindling. I've never had one fail on me yet, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. Get some coals going. Then I'll put more of the big wood on. It's working. Get up here and put a couple of pieces of wood on there. It's hotter than I figured it would be. Put this over on this side. Keep feeding it. Wind has died down. Pretty quiet now. A couple of Canadian geese feeding over here in the shallow waters. And then I saw a beaver coming over to the island. So they must have a lodge right over here. I'll probably check that out tomorrow when I hike the trail. Yeah, I got some good coals there going now. I'll get another stick of wood on there. Get some of this heavier wood started so the coals will be a little bit more substantial. Fire's been pleasant. It's cool enough that I can enjoy it. I've been enjoying the evening, the quiet. I've noticed one thing, and that is that even though I'm early, I came before Memorial Day. We'll go back first week in June. But there's actually a lot more activity now than I normally see in the fall. You can see where coming up here in the fall is the way to go. Now, after Memorial Day, I noticed the pickup of activity. Anyway, my advice would be to come in the fall. wait until after school is in session. Middle of September and beyond is probably the best. And I haven't tried really early. I was going to come in May 1st and through about the middle of May. It didn't happen for a number of reasons, but if I were going to do it in the spring again, that's what I would do. It go really early. You know, it's kind of chancy for weather. You know, to have the area more to yourself it would be much more pleasant. The water temperatures obviously would be way too cold to do any swimming. I did swim the other night, just barely. That was 60 degrees. I've never, well, I shouldn't say that. Many years ago when I was a young person, I went in 55-degree water, but I would not do that again. And 60-degree water was pretty freezing. I wouldn't do that again either, I don't think. 62 is kind of my cutoff, and I feel like that's much more tolerable. And you can start seeing those temperatures when you get into some of these shallower areas where the sun beats down during the day, even this early in the season. Normal swimming temperatures you're not going to see until mid to late June. So I'll stir this up a little bit, put another piece of wood on there. Now you can hear those crickets. That's the kind of music I like to hear. Unfortunately, we won't see any stars. There's just too much smoke in the air. It almost looks like it's clouded over, but it's not. It's just smoke. So we won't see any stars, that's for sure. That's one drawback to is the fires up in Canada. I don't know. I don't remember them being that bad, but the last 5 years there's been serious fires up there that have created a tremendous amount of smoke, especially over this part of the state and even all the way down to the Twin Cities. It's just, you know, there's a lot more fires going on. And so if you come up wanting to take pictures of stars, I had hoped to take a few, even of the moon. I haven't seen the moon yet. I think it's been mostly in that rising during the day. No pictures like that on this trip.